Imagine for a moment a woman at the very heart of power, ruling over one of the most formidable empires the ancient world had ever seen. In a time when the world was dominated by men and leadership was almost always reserved for kings, there was a woman who dared to break the mold. Picture her, not as a mere figurehead, but as the true sovereign, making decisions that would shape the destiny of her people and the course of history itself. She stands tall, adorned in a gleaming golden crown, the symbol of absolute authority. In her hand, she wields a scepter, a sign of her right to rule and her command over the land of Egypt. Behind her, an army awaits her orders, ready to defend the kingdom or expand its borders at her command. Her presence is commanding, her gaze unwavering, and her voice carries the weight of a ruler who knows her power. This is not a scene from a Hollywood epic or a legend passed down through generations. This was the reality for Tausret, a remarkable woman who rose to become one of the few female pharaohs in the long and storied history of ancient Egypt. Tausret's reign was not a fantasy, it was a bold chapter in the annals of a civilization that revered its rulers as living gods. Tausret's story is one of extraordinary ambition, resilience, and the relentless pursuit of power in a world where women were rarely allowed to lead. She faced skepticism and resistance from those who believed only men could rule. Yet, she stood her ground, navigating the treacherous waters of palace intrigue and political rivalry. Her determination to be recognized as a legitimate pharaoh, not just a regent or a queen, set her apart from many women of her time. While names like Cleopatra and Nefertiti have echoed through the ages, Tausret's legacy is often overlooked. Yet her reign at the end of the 19th dynasty, from around 1189 to 1186 BCE, marked a pivotal and turbulent period in Egyptian history. She ruled during a time of uncertainty, when the stability of the empire was at stake, and her leadership helped guide Egypt through these challenges. Her name may not be as instantly recognizable, but her impact was profound. Tausret's journey from royal wife to the supreme leader of Egypt is a testament to the strength and determination of women who refused to be confined by the expectations of their era. She transformed herself, donning the regalia of a pharaoh and stepping boldly into the spotlight of history. Her story offers a rare glimpse into the lives of powerful women who defied the odds, challenged tradition, and left an indelible mark on the world. In exploring Tausret's life, we uncover not just the tale of a queen, but the legacy of a true woman of power. Tausret's early life remains shrouded in mystery. The sands of time have hidden many details about her childhood, and historians are left to piece together fragments from ancient texts and archaeological discoveries. What we do know is that she emerged during a period of great change and uncertainty in Egypt's long history, a time when the power of the pharaohs was both revered and constantly challenged. It is widely believed that Tausret was born into a noble family, possibly even one with direct ties to the royal bloodline. Her family's status would have placed her at the very heart of Egyptian society, surrounded by the wealth, culture, and traditions of the elite. From a young age, she would have been exposed to the rituals and responsibilities that came with her station, learning the customs and expectations of the court. This prestigious background granted Tausret access to an exceptional education. She would have studied not only reading and writing but also mathematics, religious texts, and the art of diplomacy. Surrounded by scholars, priests, and advisors, Tausret developed the skills and knowledge that would later prove essential in her rise to power. Her upbringing also allowed her to form valuable connections with influential figures at court, building a network of allies and supporters. As she grew older, Tausret's intelligence and poise did not go unnoticed. She eventually became the great royal wife of Pharaoh Seti II, a position of immense prestige and responsibility. Their union was not only a personal alliance, but also a political one, strengthening her family's influence and securing her place at the center of Egyptian power. As great royal wife, Tausret wielded significant influence within the royal court. She was more than just a consort, she was a trusted advisor and an active participant in the governance of the kingdom. Her opinions were sought on matters both domestic and foreign, and she played a key role in shaping the policies of the realm. Tausret also took part in important religious ceremonies, acting as a bridge between the gods and the people of Egypt. Her presence at these rituals reinforced the divine legitimacy of the royal family, and demonstrated her commitment to upholding the traditions of her ancestors. She advised her husband on matters of state, offering counsel on everything from military campaigns to diplomatic negotiations. Her wisdom and insight were highly valued, and she quickly earned a reputation as a capable and forward-thinking leader. In addition to her public duties, Tausret managed her own household with efficiency and care. She oversaw the work of servants, managed the distribution of resources, and ensured that her family's affairs were conducted with dignity and order. This experience would later serve her well as she took on even greater responsibilities. When Seti II died unexpectedly, the throne passed to their young son, Siptah. The court was thrown into uncertainty, as Siptah was still a child and not yet ready to rule in his own right. The stability of the kingdom hung in the balance, and many looked to Tausret for guidance. Siptah was a sickly child, and his fragile health made it clear that he would need someone to rule on his behalf. Rising to the challenge, Tausret stepped in as regent, taking on the immense responsibility of governing Egypt. As regent, she issued royal decrees, oversaw the administration of the kingdom, and worked tirelessly to maintain stability during a time of great uncertainty. Her leadership during this period would set the stage for her own remarkable reign as one of Egypt's few female pharaohs. As regent for young Siptah, Tausret skillfully navigated the complexities of Egyptian politics. She demonstrated her strength and wisdom, earning the respect of the court and the people. Her regency was not without its challenges. Powerful figures within the court like the Chancellor Bey vied for control. Bey's ambition and influence threatened Tausret's authority and the stability of the kingdom. Despite these challenges, Tausret managed to keep a firm grip on power, ensuring her stepson's reign continued smoothly. After Siptah's death, Tausret took a bold step. She assumed the title of Pharaoh, becoming the sole ruler of Egypt. As Pharaoh, Tausret adopted a male name, possibly Smendes, to solidify her authority and adhere to traditional notions of kingship. Her reign, though short-lived, was marked by ambitious building projects, particularly in Thebes and Nubia. These endeavors showcased her piety, her commitment to honoring the gods, and her desire to leave a lasting legacy on Egypt. Despite her successes, Tausret faced constant challenges to her legitimacy. Ancient Egyptian society, like many in the ancient world, was deeply patriarchal. The idea of a woman ruling was considered an anomaly, a disruption of the natural order. Tausret's reign was likely marked by constant struggles against these ingrained societal norms. Her authority was questioned, her decisions challenged, and her every move scrutinized. But despite these obstacles, she persevered, demonstrating a remarkable tenacity and strength of will. Despite her significant achievements, Tausret's reign was relatively short-lived. After ruling for a few years, she died under unclear circumstances. Following her death, Setnakta, the founder of the 20th dynasty, seized power. He initiated a period of damnatio memoriae, a systematic attempt to erase Tausret from history. Setnakta's motivations for this historical erasure remain unclear. It's likely that he sought to legitimize his own claim to the throne by discrediting Tausret's reign and minimizing her achievements. His actions led to Tausret's story being largely forgotten for centuries, her monuments defaced, and her name erased from king lists. Tausret's story bears striking similarities to that of Hatshepsut, another female pharaoh who ruled Egypt centuries earlier. Hatshepsut too adopted the full regalia of a male king, even wearing a false beard. She too faced challenges to her legitimacy, and was subjected to damnatio memoriae after her death. These parallel experiences highlight the unique challenges faced by women who dared to rule in ancient Egypt. Both Tausret and Hatshepsut demonstrated remarkable resilience and political acumen, proving that women were just as capable as men of leading a powerful empire. Despite the attempts to erase her from history, Tausret's legacy lives on. Archaeological discoveries in the 19th and 20th centuries have gradually pieced together the story of her reign, shedding light on her accomplishments and the challenges she faced. Though her monuments may be scarred and her name absent from some king lists, Tausret's story is slowly being reclaimed. Scholars are re-evaluating her reign, recognizing her as a significant figure in Egyptian history. Tausret's story is a testament to the power and resilience of women throughout history. In a world where the voices of women were often silenced or ignored, Tausret rose above the expectations of her time. She was not born to rule, but through intelligence, determination, and courage, she claimed her place as Pharaoh of Egypt. Her journey was not an easy one. She faced opposition from powerful men, navigated political intrigue, and overcame the challenges of a society that rarely allowed women to lead. Yet, Tausret persisted, showing that leadership is not defined by gender, but by vision and strength of character. She broke barriers, defied societal norms, and ruled one of the most powerful empires in the ancient world. Tausret's reign was a bold statement that women could hold the highest authority, make critical decisions, and guide a nation through times of uncertainty. Her leadership inspired those around her, and challenged the deeply rooted beliefs about what women could achieve. By stepping into a role traditionally reserved for men, Tausret paved the way for future generations of women to dream bigger and reach higher. Her courage continues to resonate, reminding us that progress is made when individuals dare to challenge the status quo. Though her reign was relatively short and her legacy deliberately obscured, Tausret's story deserves to be remembered. After her death, many tried to erase her achievements, removing her name from monuments and rewriting history to diminish her impact. But the truth of her accomplishments could not be completely hidden. Archaeologists and historians have worked tirelessly to uncover the fragments of her story, piecing together evidence that reveals her true significance. The attempt to erase Tausret only highlights how threatening her power was to those who followed, and how important it is to reclaim her place in history. Her story reminds us that women have always played vital roles in shaping our world, even when history tries to silence them. Tausret stands as a symbol for countless women whose contributions have been overlooked or forgotten. By recognizing her achievements, we honor not just one remarkable leader, but all the women who have shaped societies, led revolutions, and changed the course of history. Her legacy encourages us to look beyond the traditional narratives and seek out the stories that have been hidden or ignored. By learning about figures like Tausret, we gain a more inclusive and accurate understanding of the past and find inspiration in the stories of women who dared to lead. Her life teaches us that history is richer and more complex than we might think, and that every voice matters. When we celebrate leaders like Tausret, we empower new generations to believe in their own potential, regardless of gender. Her story is a call to remember, to question, and to honor the women who have shaped our world, reminding us that true greatness knows no boundaries.